Hello and welcome back to the Microlearning Institute. In this tutorial we look at the topic of understanding corporate culture. And to help us do this we'll utilise a model developed by Johnson and Scholes called the cultural web. Corporate culture can have a huge impact on an organisation's work environment and an organisation's output. This is why so much research has been done to pinpoint exactly what makes an effective corporate culture and how to go about changing a culture that's not working. Culture often becomes the focus of attention during periods of organisational change, such as when companies merge and their cultures clash, or when growth in a company and other strategic change mean that the existing culture becomes inappropriate. In more static environments, cultural issues may be responsible for low morale, absenteeism, or even high staff turnover. The cultural web is a model developed by Jerry Johnson and Kevin Scholes. It provides a framework for changing an organisation's culture. Using it, we can expose cultural assumptions and practices and set to work aligning organisational elements with one another and with the organisational strategy. The cultural web identifies 6 interrelated elements that help to make up what Johnson and Scholes call the paradigm of the work environment. By analysing the factors in each, a company can begin to see the bigger picture of the culture, what is working, what isn't working, and what needs to be changed. Visually, the cultural web model is presented like this. So again, in the centre, we see what Johnson and Scholes refers to as the cultural paradigm of the organisation. This essentially is what people within the organisation perceive as being normal. And again, the 6 interrelated elements that make up this paradigm are categorized just outside as a set of interrelated circles. And these include stories, symbols, power structures, organizational structures, control systems, and rituals and routines. Let's look at stories to begin with. And these stories refer to the past events and the people that are talked about inside and outside the company. Who and what the company chooses to immortalize says a great deal about what it values and perceives as great behavior. Next, let's look at the symbols. These are the visual representations of the company, including the logos, how plush the offices are, how formal or informal the dress codes are, and so on. Next, let's look at the power structures, and these are the pockets of real power within the company. This may involve 1 or 2 key senior executives, a whole group of executives, or even a whole department. The key is that these people have the greatest amount of influence on decisions, operations, and strategic direction. Next, let's look at the organisational structure, and this includes both the structure defined by the organisation chart and the unwritten lines of power and influence that indicate whose contributions are most valued. Now let's look at the control system, and this is the ways that an organisation is controlled. These include the financial systems, the quality system, the reward system, etc. Rituals and routines refers to the daily behaviour and actions of people that signal acceptable behaviour. This determines what is expected to happen in any given situation and what is valued by management. Thank you very much for watching this short tutorial on understanding corporate culture using the cultural web from the Microlearning Institute.